2 or 3 months ago, General Dayan told me that Israel was ready to give up large areas of the territory it presently holds as a part of a permanent peace settlement. Is this still Israel's position?
Well, I think that my colleague said that not only to you, but also to a few million other people on the television. The consensus in Israel is that in a real peace, expressed in a treaty and putting a permanent end to hostilities, the territorial problem and the problem of establishing the final boundary is open for negotiation and agreement. At any rate, if you follow what's happened since that statement was made, you will not find that I have ever taken issue with it. There you know the view that we hold about the role of the Soviet Union in bringing about the conditions which led to the Six-Day War. The vast and one-sided armament of Arab states, the blind identification with Arab belligerency, the refusal to allow the Security Council to operate through a policy of imposing a veto on anything not congenial to the Arab side, the false information given in May 1967 concerning the alleged concentration of 11 to 13 Israeli brigades in the north. These are all part of the history of recent Soviet policy in the Middle East. They therefore fix upon the Soviet Union a great part of the responsibility for the tension and for the outbreak of hostilities. Now, since June 1967, the Soviet Union has contributed, in quotation marks, to the situation in the Middle East by a vast infusion of arms, by not maintaining relations with Israel, and by supporting the Arab doctrine of withdrawal without peace, a doctrine which was defeated internationally. Therefore, you cannot understand our approach to any of the problems of the area without taking as a starting point a deep and undiminished distrust in Israel of the motives and the policy of the Soviet Union. Whatever I have discussed with American officials has been in the spirit of President Nixon's statement on the 4th of March of this year, in which he said that the time is past when great countries can impose solutions on small countries. That is the beginning and almost the end of wisdom. In other words, once that is agreed, almost everything else follows from it. If there cannot be a solution imposed, then the solution must be agreed. If it is to be agreed, then it must be worked out and fashioned by the countries directly concerned. Therefore, I find that the idea of the great powers proclaiming or enacting a solution in the form of some revelation which has to be accepted, this is not the view of all of the four, I am happy to say. There are two of the parties which, two of the four do not believe that that can be done.